Alright, what is going on, guys? My name is Leo Master. Welcome back to another Overwatch League news video. And today, guys, we have some massive news with a team we did not expect to be good this next season. And this team we're talking about is the Boston Uprising. We got news with the NYXL and the Houston Outlaws. Not a lot to talk about, but the things we are talking about are honestly massive. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the biggest thing that is going to be so fun to watch next season, and I hope it's true, and honestly look like it is going to be true as well, is Halo of Thoughts has leaked that Valentine and Faith are joining the Boston Uprising. And these guys come from WGS, which have been a pretty good team in the past and contenders and all that. Laurie has previously coached this team as well, so he's bringing in basically a core. He's bringing in I'm 37, Valentine, and Faith, kind of like a core from WGS on top of Laurie. So Boston Uprising making massive moves with Laurie as the head coach. And now they have Valentine, Faith, Stan 1, and I'm 37. They're making fantastic moves, and the things these two players bring to the team is absolutely crazy. Valentine has been one of the best flex DPS players in contenders for a minute now. I would especially say this year as well. He's been kind of insanely good this year on all projectile roles. He's been known to do good on even some hit scans. I've seen him. The things I've seen, he's really dominant on projectile heroes and a little bit of hit scan as well. So he's very flexible when it comes to playing the game in general. He's going to do such a good job beside I'm 37 and also the team's building as well with Laurie. Laurie is doing such a good job in Boston, and on top of this, they have signed Faith, and Faith is just going to be a huge upgrade to this team. I don't think people realize how big this is going to be. Faith was one of the best main supports in contenders as well. I've done some research. Faith has just been dominating the contenders next to Ansoonjae as well. These two are probably the best main supports you could have gotten in contenders at the time, as of age. There's a great main support players underage, but we can't really talk about those guys because they can't be signed Overwatch League just yet. So Faith and Ansoonjae, probably the best main supports could have gotten. Ansoonjae now in Toronto Defiant, and now Faith on the Boston Uprising, being with Laurie again, being with Valentine, being with I'm 37. They're building such a good core here for the Boston Uprising. I'm excited to see how this turns out because Laurie has been a fantastic coach, one of the best coaches you honestly could have gotten in contenders, and now he's on the Boston Uprising, building a team looking to actually dominate this year. Boston Uprising, they've been bad these 2 seasons, and their only good season was season 1, and they had star players. Now they're on season 4, and they're making a lot of good moves with Faith, with Valentine, I'm 37, Stan 1. I'd love to see if they're going to sign, a new off-tank. They have Punk there. I think Punk's great. I think he can fit well with this team. But I'm starting to get a vibe they're going to start, making a full Korean starting lineup. And the reason I say that is because, Gable, she's still there. One of the best off-tanks you could really get right now as well. It's in contenders. He's rumored to go to LA Gladiators. There's a rumor of him joining the Philadelphia Fusion. I think the team he needs to go to is Boston Uprising. Play with Laurie again as a coach, play with Faith, Valentine, I'm 37, and play with a new main tank beside you, which is Stan 1. This would be such a good move for the Boston Uprising if they also got Gable She. But just in general, Boston making really good moves. I'm so excited to see how they turn out. They're making a lot of good changes, a lot of positive changes for the Boston fans. I've seen a lot of hardcore Boston fans that honestly aren't toxic. I've looked at some of the Boston Uprising posts. They're really positive fans. There's a few that can be really negative, but there's a lot of good fans. Boston Uprising fans are excited for these moves, and I just can't wait. I can't repeat it enough, but I'm just excited to see how Boston performs next season. They're looking good. Look like, honestly, maybe in the middle upper part of the teams making these moves, if they are true. Keep that in mind. And also, a thing I didn't say yet in this video is Faith and Myeonbong. That's going to be a support duo. Faith and Myeonbong is going to be a support duo, going to be one of the best support duo for sure coming into this next season. I hope Boston sign Gable She, and then you have potentially a top team for this next season for the Overwatch League, which is crazy to say. A Boston Uprising being a potential top team, that's crazy to say, but they have the pieces. They can easily do it. They could easily make a top team if they just sign Gable She, but who knows, maybe they'll just not sign anyone else. This could be it for the team. Sign a Valentine, Faith, sign it off, be done with Stan 1 on top of that. This could be it, but I don't know. Now to something with the NYXL, which I'm a huge fan of this move. If you guys did not see, Halo of Thoughts has leaked that the NYXL have re-signed Bianca as the off-tank, and I have been waiting to see who their off-tank is going to be because I'm excited to see how NYXL turns out. I've said it on multiple streams. I think I said it once on video, where I basically said NYXL could end up being a dark horse this year because how their team's being built this year. Kind of, players we haven't seen in a while of Yakpung, Guangboon, Ivy, and also Feather, and they still have Jonak on the roster as well. We don't know who their main supports are going to be yet as well, on top of all these leaks. But NYXL re-signing Bianca, just going to be a great re-signing. I thought Bianca was going to be a great off-tank coming into this year, if not better than Hoppa. Hoppa was started the entire time, which I understand why that happened. But when Bianca came in, guess what happened? He was better than Hoppa. He got majority more playing time near the end of the season because actually he was really good on all off tanks. And I'm so excited and so happy that he's being re-signed to the NYXL because he's a great off tank. He's going to work beside Yakpung. He has a great playstyle, fitting with this next team they're building as well. You know, with the team I already said they're building, I think Bianca's going to fit this team well with his playstyle beside Yakpung as well. Are they going to change the coaches, though, is what I'm really worried about with the NYXL. You know, they still have IMT right now, but that could change whenever they want to release everything and say the roster, maybe new coaching staff. Everything could change with NYXL in the next couple of months. I have read that they want to do a full roster reveal kind of video. They're not going to do one by one, if you are wondering about that as well. But Bianca on the NYXL, great news. He is being re-signed. He's going to fit well with this team if that is the case, and I'm excited to see how NYXL turns out on top of this. Now on to one I predicted in my last video of KSF being released as well. You know, I said he was going to either join Vancouver Titans or the Houston Outlaws, and it's now official that Houston Outlaws has signed KSF. And the more I thought about this one is, it's making no sense to me now. You know, at first when I predicted about it, I was like, you know what, maybe there could be some sense in this KSF being played, but now I'm just thinking about it more. The only heroes KSF plays other than Dante is really McCree and Widow. You know, we've seen Dante play to McCree, but is it the best? No. KSF has a better Cree in a sense, I guess you could say, and on top of that with a Widow. But will we ever see KSF play? I highly doubt it because Dante's super flexible, and if a Genji meta ever comes into place, Dante can play a Genji. If they need to switch to a Tracer right there and then, you know, Dante can do that. Same thing, KSF can do that too, but Dante's probably going to have that more starting time, play beside Happy as well, so they get some synergy together. So it's going to be hard to see KSF really get playtime. I can't see it right now, but obviously Overwatch 2 is going to become a thing at some point. More heroes, maybe KSF would be better on some heroes compared to Dante on top of that. So KSF may have some playing time for sure, obviously if Dante's sick or he can't make it to a game, if he's in KSF some more scrims. On top of that as well, with Hydration in the back, I don't think Hydration is going to get much playtime this year. Obviously he's very flexible on all roles. He can play Brigida on support, he can play main tank if needed. I hope it doesn't end up happening, but he can do it. He can play fair really well, he can play really good DPS. Hydration can, but it's been a while we've seen Hydration play DPS. KSF comes in, plays almost every hero Hydration and Dante plays, but will he ever get playtime? I don't know. I really wanted to see KSF go to the Vancouver Titans. He would have gotten more playtime almost 100% of the time. Now it all wonders, you know, who's Vancouver Titans going to sign next for their projectile player, flex DPS player I should say in general. But KSF on the Houston Outlaws, I guess it's alright if he's going to be in a rotation or a sub, but if KSF's looking for that starting time, I can't see it right now. But then again, we could be all surprised, you know, as soon as day one happens with the Overwatch League and we see KSF and Happy be the starting DPS line for this team in the future, like we saw at the Florida Mayhem. We thought it was going to be Seiya player and Yaki, but no, it was BQB and Yaki because BQB ended up being better on some heroes compared to the Seiya player. So we could see that with KSF. We could see KSF being better on some heroes compared to Dante, but I just doubt it. I really do. Anyways, guys, that was all of the news I had for you guys today. Honestly, I really wanted to talk about the Boston Uprising news. What's your guys' thoughts on Valentine and Faith on the Boston Uprising? Do you think they'll be a really good team next season? Do you think they're going to be in the middle upper, like I said, or do you still think they're going to be at the bottom? I hope they don't, but do you think they will be? On top of that, NYXL re-signing Bianca. Do you love it? Do you think they could have signed someone else who's kind of, you know, probably on the lower part of N? No one really expected. And also, KSF, the Houston Outlaws. Do you see some positives? Do you see some negatives in this? Do you see him getting any playing time at all? What do you see of KSF? Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to stay more in tune with Overwatch League news and Overwatch League stuff in general, don't forget to subscribe down below. Also, don't forget to join my Discord down below as well. And don't forget to follow my Twitter and my Twitch. And don't forget to hit that bell. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.